who is a year old today? Guess who is also super unimpressed with being picked up? My cat. Hey folks, my name is Jen, and today I figured, geesh, we're a little bit overdue for the mid-year book tag, so let's do it. So this tag was originally created by Chami, I believe. I am going to leave links in the description box below to her, I believe it's her video, and then also the reading vlog that I got it off of, or reading blog rather, excuse me. Yeah, so I did this last year, so I thought maybe it would be fun to try this again, see where I'm at, see the similarities perhaps between last year or the differences, and yeah, anyway, let's just get into this tag, shall we? First up, the first question is the best book that you have read so far. So I think I have 3 answers technically for this. One would be the poetry collection I'll Fly Away by Rudy Francisco. I absolutely adore that poetry collection. I have been recommending it to a few people. One of them has my copy right now, but it is just such a beautiful, powerful, and occasionally also funny poetry collection. I absolutely adore Rudy Francisco's work, and I was very excited to be able to get a copy of that and read it this year, so I'm still just like over the moon about it. Also over the moon about my reread of Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. I remember how much I loved this as both a kid and a teenager, and I think my love for it only just expanded. When I read it this time, it just got me right in the heart, and I just absolutely adored it, adored the characters, adored their growth, adored the descriptions of this beautiful island, and I'm just overjoyed with it. I think hands down is my favorite classic that I've read this year. And also Holopox by Jessica Townsend. Fucking this book, I screamed, I cried, I laughed, I just absolutely fucking adored this. I really cannot wait until the 4th book comes out. Whenever that comes out, that needs to be soon, please and thank you. Question number 2 is, what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2020? I mean, really, there can't be any other answer. It was just so fucking good. Alright, question number 3 is, what is a new release that you haven't read yet, but you want to? So, at this point, it's still technically July. I am reading still, so I haven't quite finished it, so it kind of counts, but it doesn't. And it's Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab, 3rd book in the Cassidy Blake or City of Ghosts series. It's technically counted as one of those. Anyway, book 3, I'm reading it technically, so it kinda doesn't count. But anywho, another new release that I am excited about is one that comes out this month of August, and it is Dark Waters. It is the 3rd book in the Small Spaces series by Catherine Arden. I am so fucking jazzed about this book. I cannot wait to receive it in the mail. I'm so happy. Question number 4. What is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? If we're not counting Dark Waters technically as a release for the second half of the year, the book I'd go with would be Lore Olympus. It is getting its own like actual hard copy, and it comes out, I believe, in either November or December, and I'm very, very, very excited for it. Alright, next question is, what was your biggest disappointment this year? I think my biggest disappointment was actually Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. I was hoping that it would be better than it was. I was hoping for something along the veins of like Anne of Green Gables, and then found it severely wanting. Yeah, that just major disappointment. Next question is, what was your biggest surprise this year? My biggest surprise this year has been how much fantasy I am finding that I enjoy. And I think this was something that also kind of surprised me last year as well, because I've always kind of been someone who was rather disappointed with it. If it wasn't Harry Potter or like Chronicles of Narnia or something, I ended up being super disappointed in it. And even then, those books series also disappointed me at times as well. So I've just always been someone that's had a love-hate relationship with fantasy, and I'm just very glad to be finding books that I actually enjoy. I'm finding, you know, middle grade is definitely my favorite. I definitely love that more than any other like age range within fantasy, but I've also been really surprised to find here and there a little bit of young adult and adult fantasy that I'm also enjoying, and that aren't like either boring or incredibly disappointing. So that's also been a surprise, and it's also been really great. Next question is, who is your favorite new author, debut or just new to you? Favorite new author. So the thing is that a lot of the books that I have been reading, like, I knew of the authors already. I think so far my favorite like new author, and she's not like debut, but she's new-ish, has been Casey McQuiston. I really enjoyed Red, White, and Royal Blue. I definitely plan on giving her other books a try. I think she has the one that just came out, One Last Stop, that I would like to get at some point when I let myself get books again. Another one that was new to me, but isn't like new because he did his writing back in like the 60s or something, is Lloyd Alexander. He wrote the Chronicles of Bradane series, and I really loved the stories. I really loved his writing style, and from his introduction letters to each book and in general, I just found him to be very delightful overall, and I definitely plan on seeking out all of his other books at some point. Let's see, next question is, who is your newest fictional crush? No one. I would say that I did not have a crush on any new characters this year. While I have read some new books, or new to me, like characters and things, I haven't really found anyone to be particularly crush worthy. I mean, most of the characters in here are children, and the same with some of my other books. They're like kids. That would be really kind of gross. That would be, you know, I don't have crushes on people in those books. I got to revisit a couple of old crushes. For example, Gilbert. I loved him as a younger person. throughout the series. Still kind of love him, although didn't really love him as much in the last couple so much. Like, Dr. Gilbert Blythe is just not really as fun as, like, Wonderful Dreamer Gilbert Blythe, but it's whatever. And, well, I take that back a little bit. Oh, I do take that back because Simon from The Duke and I. Okay, so this is complicated because while I did really adore Book Simon for the most part, in my brain, even though descriptions of them are completely different, in my brain I was picturing the actor from the show Bridgerton the entire time, and that made it more delightful. In reality, what I think I'm saying is I have a crush on that actor. I think that is really what it comes down to, ultimately. Next question is newest favorite character of yours. Next question is, who is your newest favorite character? So, I also have a three for this. Two of which don't technically count because I've already met them before. Last year in my reading, or before that even, and they are both from the Percy Jackson / Heroes of Olympus series. Nico D'Angelo, of course, absolutely adore him, have loved him since the Percy Jackson series, love to get more insight into him, loved, like, him entirely through the Heroes of Olympus series, just great. Also loved Leo Valdez, awesome, lovely, want to give him hugs, want to give both of them hugs. Technically, I met him in the first couple books, which I read last year, and then I finished the other 3 this year, but so they kind of count, but they kind of don't at the same time, because I'd already met them. But one that I very much loved this year as well would be Dicken, who is from The Secret Garden. Dicken is this sweet boy who lives on the moors and befriends the, at times, ornery Mary, and just overall helps her kind of become a better person. And also he is really just awesome in general because he's just so nice and he is so great with animals. Like, he's actually kind of like an animal charmer, I guess. He knows how to talk to them, how to befriend them, how to take care of them, and it's just like, love it, love him. Great, great character, just wonderful. Next up is a book that made you cry. A lot of books have made me tear up in various ways this year. Hollowpox was one, Anne of Green Gables was another, The Secret Garden, A Little Princess, The High King, which is the last book in the Chronicles of Burdane series. Actually, multiple of the Anne books have made me cry. It's been a time. It has definitely been a time here. Next question is, name a book that made you happy. I would say most of the books that I have read this year have made me in some way very happy. Next question is, what is the most beautiful book that you have bought so far this year? Okay, so I would argue that there is also a tie for this mention, and one of them is Pride. It is just beautiful, and the inside is also beautiful, and I just love it. I think it looks kind of like an old-fashioned tea box or something. They used to be like super engraved and stuff. I don't know. I love it. And then I would also argue that this copy of Heidi that I recently picked up is also really freaking gorgeous. Like, I just really love it, and I really love all of the photos and things that are, all of the little drawings and things that are in here. I think this is also just absolutely beautiful. My next question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So, this is like so many. I would like to get to a majority of the books on my shelf here. Books that are definitely overdue for me to get to would be the Hate You Give, and also I really need to finish the Darker Shade of Magic series. I still have books 2 and 3 to go. I should probably read those. And I also desperately need to actually pick up and read The Count of Monte Cristo. Like, I tried to do it last year and it didn't work out, and I have had this for too long, and I've had it on my TBR for way too long. I need to actually read it this year. And the last question is, what was your favorite book to movie adaptation that you have seen this year? It's not really a movie, but a series, and you know what I'm gonna say, it's Bridgerton. I have only read 2 books so far in the series, but I just really loved that adaptation. The costumes, the music, the characters, everything is just magnificent, and some of the more difficult things were handled way better in the show, and I loved it. I loved it so fucking much. Yeah. So that's it for this tag. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.